As artists and musicians, one of our most important jobs is to make the emotions of a passage really, really clear. And what we do with our bow in terms of bow speed, the sounding point, the amount of articulation that we use, all of these can make huge differences to the character. And if we always play the same way, then all the music we play will sound the same and it'll be boring. So it's really worth spending time mastering our bows in this way. There's a fascinating relationship between bow speed, sounding point, and arm weight or pressure, which Mr. Galamian talked about a lot, and had us do all sorts of mixed bowing so that we could get conversant with how to change bow speed. But I kind of wanted to talk you through these different sort of associations. So if I'm playing next to the bridge, what's going to happen to my bow speed?
It's going to be slower.
Right, right. And what kind of pressure do I need next to the bridge?
More pressure.
More pressure. Okay. And if I'm doing this, I'm, of course, going to be louder, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. What about what are some good uses of this slow bow next to the bridge?
Do you mean like specific pieces or?
Yeah, emotions. Would this be a happy sound?
No, I think it would be more tense.
Right, because of course the string is fighting the bow. Okay, what else? Since you're louder, it makes you sound more masterful, right? More powerful. It literally gives you more power. Mm-hmm. What about clarity? Is the sound clearer near the bridge, generally speaking?
Generally, yes.
Yeah, that's right. So I think that there are many good things. You know, you can sound proud, you can sound strong, you can sound resolute, right, next to the bridge. What are some of the bad things that you might sound?
Like bad emotions?
Yeah, bad emotions.
That's a good one. Maybe angry.
Yeah, angry, especially if you use articulation. And how about
afraid? Possibly.
Aggression, maybe. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much it. Resistant, right? Stubborn. How about a sound point further from the bridge?
More hopeful or floaty.
Right. So those are some of the good things. Yeah. How about you're happy in life? Life is easy, so you move your bow, right? Mm-hmm. Now, what are some of the bad things that can come from a fast bow speed?
Maybe anxious.
Right. You could sound anxious as if you're like that, right? And why might you want a very light bow speed? Because you want to move the bow fast, right? Mm-hmm. Why might you want to move the bow fast? Besides creating these, is there a technical reason we might want to use the bow very rapidly?
Depending on the slur patterns, you might need to travel more to get to something else.
Exactly. You got it. That's right. Sometimes I need to travel to the part of the bow that I need for the next bow. So traveling, basically, I'm never going to travel fast and light next to the bridge. I'm going to let that angle open up a little bit. Maybe you can show us that, because you were just doing that in the Prokofiev. But yeah, just show us what you would do at the tip to avoid an accent. Right, so see how she's opened up that angle. So that up bow combined with less arm weight is going to avoid an accent. And Mr. Galamian would have us do scales where we'd do slur, separate, slur, separate. And those are really good mixed bowings to do. That comes in very handy in lots of music, because they don't always write the same number of beats on every bow. Yeah. So what if you always start the 3 at the frog. Good. And what if you use the entire bow for 3? This is exactly what Mr. Galamian made me do. Do you notice that the three notes are not equal? The third note is diminuendoing.
Yeah.
So I think you have to keep in the string for the third note and then quickly change the pressure and sound point. D went away. G went away. There you go. Little accent on the 4th beat. So you can see this is a good exercise to practice. So he has them all the way up to, I think it's like 15 in a bow with 1 on a bow. It's crazy. You don't usually have to do that in a piece, but this is super, super helpful, this use of mixed bowings. So one of the best examples of practicing this kind of mixed bowing is the last movement of the Bach G minor sonata. And what you'll notice as Sabina is playing this is that she has to work to make what she's doing to the bow uneven in order to make the sound even. Good, good, good. Sorry to spring this on you. It's just such a good example of this mixed bowing stuff. So when you have 1 note followed by 5 notes on an up bow slur, you got nicely into the string. I did think that you could have also done frog away tip in, yappa, right? So that you had a good sounding point. That makes it even easier. And then the note afterwards, I thought you could have been frog away so you wouldn't get an accent at all. Okay, so something like this, you could treat it like an etude for this mixed bowing stuff. The idea is that you sound even, but what you will have to do is actually very fancy footwork. You're doing this very well and it sounds pretty even, but I might go even more frog away for that D. Can you start just on that bar?
Yeah.
So basically, if she goes a little bit closer to the bridge and she has a little more arm weight when she has a slur, then it's going to sound even. When she doesn't have a slur, she actually has to lighten up, right? That's what you're finding.